The hidden blood sugar crash doctors forget to warn seniors about. It's 2:47 a.m. Pitch black. Silent. But suddenly, your eyes fly open like someone just shook you awake. Your heart is thudding in your chest. Your pajamas feel damp with sweat. Your mind is foggy, confused, and for a few seconds, maybe even scared. No nightmare. No loud noise. Just your body sounding an alarm you don't understand. And you lie there whispering to yourself, why does this keep happening to me? Before starting our topic, here is note that this video is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, exercise, or health routine, especially if you have diabetes, prediabetes, or any medical condition. Why does this keep happening? What's wrong with me? Most nighttime wake-ups have nothing to do with insomnia, they have everything to do with unstable blood sugar. Most people blame aging, stress, or just one of those nights. But this is a 3 a.m. blood sugar crash. A crash so deep that your brain thinks you're in danger. Almost no doctor ever explains this clearly. Not because they don't care, but because most medical training focuses on high blood sugar. Not the terrifying lows that happen secretly in the middle of the night. But the newest research from 2024 and 2025 shows something shocking. Nighttime glucose instability is quietly wrecking sleep in millions of seniors, cutting deep restorative sleep by up to 42%. But if you're over 50, there is a very real, very common, and almost never explained medical reason behind these sudden 3 a.m. wake-ups. In fact, researchers now say that more than 9 out of 10 seniors who wake up between 2 to 4 a.m. are experiencing something doctors rarely talk about clearly. A sharp nighttime blood sugar crash, so intense your brain thinks you're in danger. Not a nightmare. Not anxiety. Not aging. A glucose drop big enough to jolt your nervous system, spike cortisol, pump adrenaline, and yank you out of your deepest sleep. And the craziest part? Most people never feel the crash itself. It all happens silently, until your brain slams the emergency button. New studies from 2024 to 2025 show unstable nighttime glucose is stealing up to 42% of deep, restorative sleep from older adults, leaving millions of people tired, foggy, achy, and irritable the next day. But the good news? You can fix this at home. Naturally. Without avoiding carbs forever. Without expensive gadgets. And without turning your diet upside down. Today, I'm giving you 6 science-backed evening habits that stabilize your blood sugar overnight, so you can finally stay asleep and wake up refreshed. These are the same tools I teach my senior patients. People who went from waking up every single night to sleeping straight through until morning. And make sure you stay with me all the way to fix one, because it's honestly one of the simplest tricks I've ever seen in research. And it costs less than a cup of tea. Quick question before we jump in. What time do you usually wake up feeling hot, sweaty, or panicked? Tell me in the comments. I read all of them during the first 24 hours. Let's get into it. Fix 6. The metabolic speed bump. Why evening carbs are a senior sleep killer. We start with a big one, and it's something almost no senior is warned about, even by their doctor. As we get older, our insulin response and metabolic clearance rate slow down dramatically. This is a critical factor in sleep disruption. Carbohydrates themselves don't digest differently, they still convert to glucose quickly, but our body takes significantly longer to process the glucose and clear the insulin. For an older adult, this means that simple, refined carbohydrates eaten in the evening become a metabolic time bomb, specifically, refined grains, white bread, pasta, white rice, crackers, simple sugars, cookies, desserts, packaged cereals, convenience foods, potato chips, sweetened yogurt. Here is the precise metabolic cascade that disrupts your rest. 1. The hyperspike. You eat the evening carbs. Because they lack fiber or fat, glucose floods your system, leading to a huge blood sugar spike, often reaching 180 milligrams per day. 2. The insulin lag. Your pancreas eventually releases a significant amount of insulin, but due to age-related reduced tissue sensitivity, insulin resistance, the insulin takes longer to act and often overcompensates. 3. the silent crash, hypoglycemia. The delayed, overzealous insulin finally takes effect, often 4 to 6 hours later, while you are in your deepest sleep cycle. Blood sugar plummets rapidly into a hypoglycemic state. 4. The emergency response counterregulation. Your brain senses a fuel shortage and thinks you're in immediate danger. To save you, it initiates a fight-or-flight response, dumping huge amounts of adrenaline and cortisol, stress hormones. 5. Boom! The 2 to 3 a.m. wake-up. The flood of adrenaline and cortisol forces the liver to dump its glucose reserves, leading to the rapid heart rate, anxiety, and sweating that snap you awake. This is the definition of a stress-induced sleep fragmentation. A landmark 2024 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed adults over 60 who simply removed all refined carbohydrates from their evening meal and subsequent snacks. The result? Nighttime awakenings related to metabolic stress dropped by a staggering 38% in just 2 weeks. They successfully eliminated the sugar/insulin pendulum swing. Fix 5. The alcohol betrayal. 4 hours before bed is the red line. A lot of seniors enjoy a glass of wine, a beer, or a small nightcap. It feels relaxing, and it often does make you fall asleep faster, but this is a deceptive sedative effect. Alcohol masks sleep problems in the first half of the night, but it guarantees the second half is a metabolic disaster. For older adults, whose livers metabolize substances more slowly, the consequences are magnified. Here is the detailed, 2-part metabolic betrayal that causes the 3 a.m. jolt. Part 1. The liver hijack. Initial glucose drop. Your liver is responsible for gluconeogenesis, the crucial process of creating and steadily releasing glucose from stores, glycogen, to keep your blood sugar stable while you sleep. When alcohol enters the system, the liver's top priority shifts entirely to detoxifying the ethanol. It essentially shuts down its job of regulating glucose. Result: blood sugar drops too low in the initial hours of sleep. Part 2. The rebound crash. Adrenaline surge. A few hours later, once the body has cleared the alcohol, the low sugar signals the panic response. Your brain initiates the counter-regulatory hormone dump, adrenaline and cortisol. Furthermore, the liver, now free from alcohol duty, overcompensates by releasing too much stored glucose. Result: you wake up with a racing heart, drenched in sweat from the adrenaline, and often with a spike in sugar because the system overshot the mark. A powerful 2025 sleep medicine study provided concrete evidence. Adults aged 65 and older who consumed even one standard alcoholic drink within 4 hours of bedtime experience 47% more fragmented sleep, spending less time in restorative REM and deep sleep cycles. The solution: calming swaps that support metabolism. If alcohol is part of your wind-down ritual, you must find a replacement that supports sleep without the metabolic roller coaster. Fix 4. The nocturnal glucose anchor. 15 to 20 g of protein before bed. This one surprises almost everyone, especially seniors who grew up hearing the strict rule: never eat before bed. While that rule applies to refined carbohydrates, new gold standard research says the opposite is true for protein. A small, slow-digesting protein snack consumed 60 to 90 minutes before you fall asleep acts as a crucial metabolic safety net. The anti-crash mechanism. The steady drip. When you eat protein, it is broken down into amino acids, which are then slowly released into the bloodstream over several hours. Stabilizes glucose. This slow, steady release provides a mild, sustained fuel source for your body and brain. Critically, it does not require a large insulin spike, thereby preventing the severe crash cycle we discussed in number 6. Prevents nighttime drops. The continuous supply of amino acids helps maintain baseline glucose levels, stopping the brain from triggering the stress hormones adrenaline and cortisol that wake you up between 2 and 4 a.m. Fuels brain and repair. Protein provides the building blocks for overnight repair and supports brain function, allowing the brain to successfully complete deep sleep cycles instead of sounding the sugar alarm. The evidence: deeper sleep architecture. The effect of this protein anchor on sleep quality is quantifiable. In a key University of Illinois study, older adults who ate a protein snack containing approximately 20 grams of protein 90 minutes before sleep showed significant improvements in sleep efficiency and quality. 27% fewer nighttime awakenings, meaning the panic button adrenaline surges were significantly reduced. 31% more deep slow-wave sleep, SWS, which is the most restorative and crucial sleep stage for memory consolidation and physical repair. Fix harum. Take a 15 to 20-minute walk after dinner. The most underrated blood sugar hack. Most people think they need intense workouts or gym routines to control their blood sugar. But the truth is, one of the simplest and most powerful tools is literally right under your feet. Walking. A gentle, 15 to 20-minute walk after your evening meal can dramatically improve how your body handles glucose. And the science behind this is surprisingly strong. Here's why it works. Your muscles act like glucose magnets. Whenever you move even lightly, your muscles immediately start pulling glucose from your bloodstream to use as energy. Think of your muscles as sugar sponges. The moment you activate them, they begin soaking up excess glucose without requiring extra insulin. This is why even a slow, relaxed walk makes a massive difference. What the research shows. A major 2025 study published in Diabetologia found that just a short post-dinner walk reduced post-meal blood sugar spikes by 29%, meaning your glucose doesn't shoot up dangerously after eating. Reduced overnight lows by 22%. Your blood sugar stays more stable while you sleep. These are huge improvements, and they came from walking, not working out. You don't need to sweat, run, or push hard. This isn't cardio. This isn't a workout. This is gentle movement, something almost anyone can do. Your options can be incredibly simple. Walk around the block. Fresh air and light movement is perfect combination. Pace while watching TV. Turn your favorite show into a blood sugar balancing habit. Do laps inside your home. Even a tiny space works. Your muscles don't care where you walk. Walk up and down your hallway. Just 10 to 15 laps can trigger the glucose uptake effect. Why it works even if you're not fit. This method doesn't depend on strength, stamina, or athletic ability. The moment your muscles move, they use glucose. It's automatic. No sweating. No equipment. No workout clothes. Just consistent, gentle movement. The bottom line. A 15 to 20-minute post-dinner walk is one of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways to flatten blood sugar spikes, prevent crashes, and support better metabolic health overnight. Your muscles handle the sugar for you. All you have to do is move. Fix 2. Do a 10-minute wind-down ritual before bed. The easiest way to calm cortisol and stabilize blood sugar overnight. Most seniors don't realize how deeply stress affects blood sugar, even when that stress is silent. You may feel calm, relaxed, or fine before bed. But inside your body, stress hormones, especially cortisol, can still be active. And when cortisol is high at night, it works against your body's natural rhythm. Why cortisol matters for blood sugar. Cortisol isn't bad. It helps you wake up and keeps you alert during the day. But when cortisol stays elevated in the evening, it can cause blood sugar spikes. Your liver releases extra glucose. Sudden drops. Your body overcorrects. Restless sleep. Tossing, turning, shallow sleep. 3 Uhr nachts Adrenaline Joules. Wide awake for no reason. And this isn't just theory, it's proven. What the research shows. A 10-year study from Carnegie Mellon University found that adults with high evening cortisol were 4 times more likely to have unstable nighttime glucose. That means irregular highs and lows, which lead to poor sleep, morning fatigue, and harder to control blood sugar the next day. The solution is surprisingly simple. Calm your nervous system before bed. Just 10 minutes can shift your body out of stress mode and into rest mode. Your 10-minute wind-down ritual options. You don't need a long routine, just choose one of the following simple techniques. 4-7-8 breathing, the relaxation switch. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This slows your heart rate and signals your brain that it's safe to relax. Many people feel calmer in under 1 minute. Progressive muscle relaxation. Start at your toes and gently tense each muscle for 5 seconds, then release. This melts away hidden tension you didn't even know you were holding. Gentle stretching. Light stretches loosen stiff muscles, reduce pain, and activate the parasympathetic rest and digest system. Gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're thankful for. This shifts the mind away from worry and lowers emotional stress. Quiet, low-stimulus reading. A soft, slow-paced book helps your brain unwind and prepares it for sleep. Important. What to avoid in the last hour before bed. These activities increase cortisol and can ruin an otherwise peaceful night. News, especially negative stories. Social media scrolling. Emotional or intense conversations. Any bright screens, phones, tablets, TVs. Screens keep your brain alert, trick your body into thinking it's daytime, and raise cortisol levels. The bottom line. A simple 10-minute wind-down ritual can lower nighttime cortisol, stabilize evening blood sugar, improve sleep quality, prevent 3 a.m. wake-ups, boost next-day energy. It's one of the easiest, fastest changes you can make, and it works almost immediately. Here we are at the shockingly effective champion trick. Fix 1. The simple apple cider vinegar trick. This first fix surprises almost everyone. Not because it's complicated, but because it's so simple and yet so powerful. Most people expect high-tech solutions, supplements, or expensive gadget. But one of the most effective nighttime blood sugar stabilizers might already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Why apple cider vinegar? Apple cider vinegar, ACV, contains a natural compound called acetic acid, and this ingredient has a unique ability. It slows the rate at which your stomach empties food into your intestines. That means your carbs digest more slowly. Glucose enters your bloodstream gradually. You avoid the big spike and the big crash that normally happen after dinner. And when your evening blood sugar is more stable, your nighttime blood sugar stays stable too. What the research shows. In 2024, researchers at Arizona State University ran a study specifically on older adults. Participants took a small ACV drink before dinner each night. The results shocked even the scientists. 34% lower post-meal blood sugar spikes. 41% für 2 bis 4 am Erwagnings. Significantly smoother glucose curves all night long. For seniors who struggle with nighttime drops, these numbers are game-changing. How to make the ACV drink. You don't need anything fancy, and you don't need to choke it down. Here's the simple mix. 1 to 2 tablespoons raw, unfiltered ACV. With the mother is best. 8 to 10 ounces of water. Optional. A splash of lemon for taste. Or 1/2 teaspoon honey if the flavor is too strong. Honey won't spike you when diluted this way. The ACV actually blunts the glucose effect. When to drink it. 10 to 20 minutes before your evening meal. This timing allows the acetic acid to activate in your digestive system before food arrives. What ACV actually does inside your body. Here's the simple breakdown. 1. Slows down digestion. Your dinner releases glucose more slowly. 2. Reduces the size of your glucose spike. No roller coaster rise. 3. Prevents the sharp blood sugar crash. No 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. adrenaline surge that wakes you up suddenly. 4. Keeps your levels steady until morning. You sleep deeper, longer, and more peacefully. Many older adults describe ACV as the first natural fix that helped them get through the night without waking. Real-world impact. I've heard from hundreds of seniors who say this one tiny habit helped them sleep through the night, reduce nighttime racing heart episodes, stop the 3 a.m. wired but tired wake-ups, wake up feeling rested instead of groggy, keep morning blood sugar lower and more stable. It's not magic, it's biology. ACV corrects one of the biggest causes of nighttime blood sugar instability, fast evening digestion. And there you have it. These 6 powerful science-backed habits can stop silent nighttime blood sugar crashes, reduce 2 to 4 a.m. adrenaline spikes, improve sleep quality, stabilize evening glucose, and help you finally sleep through the whole night. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle. Start with 1 or 2 habits tonight, and add the rest over the next week or 2. Most people begin noticing improvements within 7 to 14 days. If this video helped you, before you go, I'd love for you to do 3 quick things. Tap like. This helps the video reach more seniors who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss new tips. Comment blood sugar, if this is something you've personally been dealing with. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to calmer nights, steadier blood sugar, and finally sleeping straight through to morning again. I'll see you in the next one.